Week 14 brought the Kansas City Chiefs a challenging home game against the Buffalo Bills. The stadium was filled with energy, anticipation, and expectation, creating an atmosphere where every moment carried weight. Patrick Mahomes, known for his composure and precision, faced a defensive unit that tested both his decision-making and adaptability. The game started with intense back-and-forth exchanges, highlighting the stakes of a pivotal late-season matchup. Mahomes' performance reflected both brilliance and areas for refinement, as incomplete passes and turnovers underscored the intensity of the Bills' pressure. Post-game interviews reveal his calm yet reflective approach, acknowledging mistakes while emphasizing lessons for future encounters. The loss, while disappointing, provides a lens into the resilience required of elite athletes. Mahomes' responses demonstrate accountability, perspective, and leadership, balancing analysis of the game with a forward-looking mindset. This night exemplifies the interplay of skill, strategy, and situational awareness in high-stakes football. The opening half of the game set the tone for a competitive and strategically complex contest. Mahomes faced aggressive pass rushes and intricate coverage schemes that demanded rapid adaptation and precise execution. Early drives required quick reads, effective communication with receivers, and calculated decision-making under pressure. Mistimed passes and turnovers highlighted the challenge of adjusting to the Bills' defensive schemes while maintaining offensive rhythm. Mahomes' leadership on the field became critical, coordinating adjustments and ensuring clarity for teammates during high-pressure moments. Reporters noted his focus and poise, observing how he navigated both physical and mental demands simultaneously. The halftime analysis emphasized areas for improvement, including timing, route precision, and defensive anticipation. Mahomes' reflections underline the iterative nature of elite performance, where every play offers insight into strategy refinement. The first half demonstrated the balance of athletic skill, tactical understanding, and mental resilience required to compete at the highest level against a formidable opponent. The second half intensified, with the Bills executing adjustments that further tested Mahomes' adaptability. Defensive rotations and blitzes disrupted rhythm, demanding immediate recognition and strategic response. Mahomes' ability to read the field, communicate adjustments, and maintain composure was essential. Each drive became a balance between aggression and calculated risk, with decisions carrying significant consequences. Turnovers and incomplete passes reflected the challenge of performing under pressure while facing a disciplined and prepared defense. Mahomes' post-game reflections emphasized the importance of patience, focus, and continuous adjustment in high-stakes situations. Leadership extended beyond individual performance, encompassing communication with teammates, coordinating plays, and sustaining morale. Reporters noted his commitment to accountability, highlighting his focus on learning from each situation. The second half underscores the multidimensional demands on elite quarterbacks, blending mental acuity, situational awareness, and physical skill to navigate adversity and maintain competitive performance under evolving conditions. Several key plays defined the game's outcome, emphasizing the fine margins between success and setback. Third down conversions, red zone opportunities, and defensive responses required split-second decisions and precise execution. Mahomes demonstrated both creativity and discipline, attempting to exploit gaps while managing defensive pressure. Certain moments, including turnovers and missed completions, shifted momentum and highlighted areas for refinement. Post-game, Mahomes reflected on these pivotal sequences, identifying tactical and executional lessons. Reporters observed his analytical approach, noting his focus on actionable insights rather than reactionary critique. Each turning point illustrates the interplay of preparation, adaptability, and mental resilience in professional football. Mahomes' emphasis on learning from these moments reinforces a growth-oriented mindset, recognizing that performance is influenced by both immediate decisions and long-term strategy. Understanding these critical moments provides insight into the strategic and psychological dimensions that define elite quarterback performance in high-stakes matchups. Leadership. Under pressure is a defining characteristic of Mahomes' career. During the Week 14 loss, his role extended beyond execution to guiding team focus, maintaining morale, and ensuring clarity in communication. Coordinating the offensive line, receivers, and support staff required both decisiveness and empathy. Post-game interviews highlighted his commitment to accountability, acknowledging mistakes while reinforcing collective responsibility. Maintaining composure amid adversity demonstrated emotional intelligence, emphasizing resilience and strategic foresight. Leadership also involved balancing immediate reactions with long-term perspective, ensuring that setbacks inform improvement without undermining confidence. Mahomes' approach exemplifies how elite athletes influence team dynamics, foster cohesion, and guide performance under pressure. By modeling resilience and disciplined focus, he reinforces standards for execution, communication, and professionalism. Leadership in high-stakes football extends beyond personal performance, encompassing the ability to shape environment, maintain composure, and drive continuous improvement among teammates. Even in challenging circumstances, like a pivotal loss at home, post-game reflections provide insight into Mahomes' mindset and the team's approach to growth. Interviews emphasize tactical evaluation, focusing on both individual execution and collective performance. He highlighted areas for improvement, including timing, decision-making under pressure, and adapting to defensive strategies. Mahomes stressed accountability, acknowledging his responsibility while reinforcing the importance of collaboration and learning from mistakes. Reporters noted his professional demeanor, emphasizing clarity and depth in his analysis. The post-game process illustrates the iterative nature of elite sports, where reflection informs strategy, preparation, and skill development. Mahomes' ability to articulate lessons without deflecting responsibility reinforces leadership and credibility. This reflective mindset highlights the importance of mental preparation, situational awareness, and continuous evaluation in achieving sustained performance. Understanding his post-game perspective provides a lens into the complexity of quarterback responsibilities, where execution, adaptation, and leadership converge to define outcomes in high-level competition. Pressure in high-stakes matchups is multifaceted, encompassing performance expectations, media scrutiny, and fan anticipation. Mahomes navigated these pressures with composure, prioritizing execution and team cohesion over external distractions. The Week 14 loss illustrates the intensity of late-season competition, where every decision carries heightened consequences. Post-game interviews reflect a focus on learning, improvement, and strategic adjustment rather than dwelling on disappointment. Mahomes' mindset demonstrates resilience, patience, and clarity under scrutiny, emphasizing the value of mental fortitude in sustaining elite performance. Balancing external pressure with internal focus is critical for maintaining execution under high-stakes conditions. His leadership extends to modeling composure for teammates, reinforcing standards for accountability, preparation, and response to adversity. Understanding how Mahomes handles pressure underscores the psychological dimensions of elite athletic performance, where focus, perspective, and emotional intelligence are as essential as physical skill. The Week 14 game highlights the importance of teamwork and collaboration. Mahomes' performance relied on coordination with offensive linemen, receivers, and supporting staff, demonstrating that individual skill is amplified by collective execution. Communication, trust, and alignment on strategy were critical under high-pressure conditions. Post-game reflections emphasize the significance of reinforcing cohesion, addressing execution gaps, and maintaining morale. Mahomes' leadership fostered accountability while encouraging adaptability, ensuring that team performance remains resilient despite setbacks. The dynamic interplay between individual responsibility and team collaboration defines elite football, where success is dependent on synchronized effort. Mahomes' approach illustrates how leadership, communication, and trust intersect with execution to optimize performance. Understanding the role of team dynamics provides insight into how elite athletes leverage collective expertise, maintain cohesion, and navigate adversity while sustaining competitive performance at the highest level. Defeat offers perspective and opportunities for growth. And Mahomes' reflections emphasize learning rather than lamenting. He identified tactical, executional, and strategic areas for refinement, including timing, decision-making, and adaptation under pressure. Post-game interviews reveal his focus on resilience, emphasizing lessons that strengthen both personal and collective performance. Acknowledging challenges without deflecting responsibility highlights accountability and maturity. Reporters noted his thoughtful analysis, emphasizing that elite athletes convert setbacks into insight for future success. The Week 14 loss reinforces that mastery involves continuous iteration, integrating lessons from competition into preparation, communication, and execution. Mahomes' mindset demonstrates how elite quarterbacks transform adversity into opportunity, refining skill, strategy, and leadership while maintaining confidence. Learning from defeat is essential for sustained excellence, providing perspective, focus, and motivation for achieving long-term performance goals in professional football. Mahomes' post-game reflections convey perspective and determination. The loss to the Bills, while challenging, serves as a source of insight, highlighting areas for adaptation and growth. He emphasized the importance of preparation, resilience, and strategic flexibility in future matchups. Post-game interviews reinforced accountability, leadership, and the value of collaboration. Mahomes' approach illustrates the balance between analysis and forward focus, ensuring that lessons inform future performance without undermining confidence. Maintaining composure, reflecting on execution, and prioritizing team cohesion provide a blueprint for responding to adversity. The Week 14 experience reinforces the importance of mental acuity, communication, and strategic awareness in elite football. Mahomes' perspective demonstrates that setbacks, when analyzed thoughtfully, contribute to growth, resilience, and continued pursuit of excellence, highlighting the iterative nature of mastery in high-stakes professional sports.